date is July 31st. We're back at it. We're in the dungeon. We're working hard. We're putting in that time. I'm Foy.
I'm Paulo.
And this is another episode of Hold My Whistle. I'm sitting here thinking we need to plug in the Just the Two of Us song.
Just the two of us.
Me and Paulo.
Do we do the Will Smith cover? Didn't he do a cover, Will Smith, like in the 90s?
That was a cover.
And Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
It was yeah, they both that's weird when it was like Puffy had Sting on the MTV Awards, you know what I mean?
With I'll Be Missing You.
Mhm.
His
Like,
tribute to Biggie.
It's kind of tough. I don't know if that works out good when you get the actual artist on your when you steal his song.
Right. Oh, I don't know if it's technically.
It's not.
Because
I'm sure he got paid, and you know what? That song's so good. It brought Sting to another generation.
It definitely transcended.
Dude, I've saw Sting
genre.
twice live.
Really?
Once with the Police, once with phenomenal, bro.
Oh, does he still play the stand-up bass?
He plays bass most of the time.
When
When he was with the
stand-up?
Police, no, he plays bass. He's a bassist. A lot of the songs you don't realize are like some of the stuff he did with the Police. I think it's a Walking on the Moon and stuff. You listen to the bass line and you're like, that's him playing bass. It's like when you listen to Rush, Geddy Lee's playing bass.
Okay.
This Paulo has dabbled with the four strings.
Dude.
I've hung out in the pocket.
It's funny that you mention Rush because every time they come, like when I'm laying some floor with Snow Custom Flooring with Ty, the boss man, we listen to classic rock. And
dude,
my classic rock game.
When you are a laborer or when you're doing work in the afternoon on a weekday and you're just picking up lunch and doing work again, classic rock, Rush is just
So my classic rock game is way stronger than Ty's.
Oh,
and
I am sneaky. That's more of a genre for me because Sean always asks me who's playing. He'll put his hand up in front of the screen. Well, who's singing this song? And most of the time he's getting me on doo-wop and freaking Sun Records, like old school stuff. But classic rock is I have it down, bro. Years of listening to this stuff, and I think some of the best like musicianship, like Rush is like Geddy Lee's playing bass, but Neil Peart is on drums.
Neil Peart is the
wow.
shit. Yeah. Have you ever seen his drum set?
It's a donut of drums.
It is a legit 360 of drums,
and he uses them all.
Yeah.
But
It's another subject for another time, but just to get back to my point on that, every time Ty doesn't know who sings it, he goes Rush, because when Rush sings, he's what's the lead singer's name?
Geddy Lee.
He's kind of got a feminine
it's
sound
higher,
to him.
higher.
He's more in the tenor.
I would
range.
love to see him knock out some Journey.
Oh, he'd kill it.
He'd crush it.
Steve Perry is very hard to imitate, except for
the Filipino dude. Do you know his name?
No, I don't know his name.
Yeah, they made a whole documentary about him.
Dude, he's legit.
He came from nothing. The Filipinos have a thing with like karaoke, and they love great singers. Whitney's a goddess in the Filipino culture. Like,
I can understand that.
They and karaoke and they love performing music, and this guy is just freaky. How close he is. He's an impersonator.
Steve Perry has.
He's an impersonator, right? Would you say he's an original artist, a Filipino kid?
I don't know. That's hard. I mean, he played. He's technically in Journey now.
He is the lead singer, right?
So I mean, he's not Steve Perry.
No,
Steve Perry is
the original.
Was there writing. I don't know if he wrote the music. But
well,
he was
Journey's got a long
history.
They were. I think they were a band called Savoy Brown before.
Yeah.
I had a Mr. Bremis. If anyone from Live Oak is listening, Mr. Bremis, Live Oak Math, Savoy Brown, he would give you math class was classic rock with Mr. Bremis.
That's awesome.
He was your math teacher who was overweight a little bit, long hair with a bald spot, like just rock and roll.
Never really left the 80s.
They used to be Santana's band. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah, Savoy, like the guitar player from Journey came up through Santana, young Santana. And like was in Woodstock with him and stuff.
That's a pretty impressive thing because if you think about it, playing guitar with a guy like Carlos Santana.
Oh,
I mean, just
it's
insane.
sneaky. It's sneaky. Do you know they're redoing Woodstock?
No.
Like, I think, yes.
Again?
Yeah, it's 50 years.
Dude, it's been that long.
50 years of Woodstock.
So many.
Because we were
hippies.
I think our Woodstock,
Was it 96?
It was before, but it was like Rage and Green Day and it was the best. I wonder if that, because it still kind of brought you back to the original Woodstock.
Somewhat. It had that feel.
It had that feel. It wasn't too bad, but the music's so different now.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't have. I don't know. I mean, you get a band like Rage out there. They're
my top 3 favorite bands of all time.
Their music has like a purpose behind it.
My boy Julio Ponce and me went and saw them at Rock the Bells.
Dude, how good was that show?
Epic.
What's the guitar player's name? Tom
Macello.
Yeah.
Dude, Tom Morello.
Tom Morello. There you go. Dude, he plays a dirty
Zach
guitar.
De La Rocha. The whole band is dirty, but he plays that like distortion.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, it's
insane.
On point.
Okay, let's get off of bands, but I want to hit you with real quick fire question. Favorite guitarist?
Ooh.
Classic to 80s.
Classic to 80s. Favorite guitar player. Oh, that's so hard. I mean,
is it? Who's like top 3? Like, you just name, just so it's in your head.
All right. So top 3, not in any particular order. Oh, Santana.
Seen him. We got the poster behind.
Yeah, we got the poster.
Sam Diggity from Sam and the Punk. He took me one time, and that's the poster we got.
Oh, really nice.
Yep.
Jimi Hendrix for sure.
Jimmy's he's my guy. Boom.
And the sneaky guy on my list, Eric Clapton.
Oh yeah,
dude. I mean, the evolution of his music with his guitar playing. You got to think of how many bands he was in.
Oh, dude, Cream,
Dirty
Band,
The Byrds,
yeah,
like
Yardbirds. You know what?
Derek and the Dominoes.
I'm gonna throw someone under the bus, and it's hard, and it's not even phasing their reputation. Like, people still love them as much because the music's great and it's already legendary. Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
he's
good.
Have you heard the controversy?
No.
The videos. You could look on YouTube, and Joe Rogan even talks about it on his podcast. He stole all those songs, bro. All those riffs from your favorite. When you think Led Zeppelin, I'm talking like more than 7 songs and hits.
Yeah.
He stole from other, like, there were songs already, lyrics and stuff. It's like when they're like, "Oh, he invented this."
Unoriginal.
They're not original. And he'll talk about it like it is original. It's not.
It's proven.
It's on the records, Sean. They are records. Names are on it. Bands he was affiliated with. He knows the people, and they'll have stories with it, and it just hurts because when you say Jimmy Page was God, you know.
See, I don't see it that way.
Well, and then who's the Who's guitar player?
Oh, Keith Moon. No, Keith Moon's the drummer.
Yeah, but
God, what is this? I can see his fucking face.
It's Page, or they always compare the two.
Yeah, I can't think of his damn name.
Yeah, but he did the big arm circle strum.
Yeah.
Bang,
yeah.
Bang, bang. But yeah,
Pete Townsend. No, Pete Townsend.
Yes,
or
you
is
got
he
it.
the lead singer.
No. I think you're right, Pete Townsend.
Yeah,
he's the man.
It's to compare like the musician skill from then to now is totally different.
You have kids with a lot of skill, but they don't have they're not putting down tight music.
It's not, like the artistry.
Like, if you listen to what was great about the grunge era, that stuff sounded great. It was electric, but you could play it on your acoustic, and it was just as cool.
Yeah,
like
when Nirvana went unplugged.
Oh,
dude, was it 93?
That's nostalgic. Like, that's the best unplugged, one of the best unplugged albums, if not the best.
Easily.
Unplugged is a series that needs to come back. But what sucks is, again, that was just a great genre to be able to. It sounded good in both acoustic and,
but just think
electric guitar.
Think your music created specifically for this sound, but sounds equally as good in a live, soft.
There's just so many more artists that pop music is so bad that you have to like downgrade yourself to listen to an artist. Like, I think there's some people that are in pop that are really talented. Do you like Khaled, the R&B singer?
I don't think I've listened to.
You probably have, and you don't know it. He's kind of like who's the guy that we watched at the show? Andy Grammer. You know all his music. You don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Khaled, you know some of his songs. He's got the Young Dumb. Okay, you don't know.
Drawing a blank.
But anyways, solid. Good singer, songwriter. I think it's talent. But everything else is so crazy, man.
It's all like, I mean, a lot of things with like pop music today and like the new style music, it's all computer like generated.
And
does it take some talent? Yeah, it definitely
it
takes
does.
talent. It's a different skill set than what I'm used to with music.
I think a song would take more time. Like these songs got to be written quick.
Yeah,
and they're just producing it and throwing in little tweaks and making sure the timing's right.
Yeah, it's more on the producer. I mean,
well, they're just cleaning it up. They're editing it. I think it's more of an edit, than anything.
But I give them props because they're still putting in the time.
Because look they're just getting sound clips really, like, and hitting buttons.
Yeah, it's like okay,
and it's the lyrics,
It's not the same feel to me.
No.
You're looking at these guys in the garage, like sitting there. Oh, let's try this riff with these bars, and then.
Well, it used to be work. It's even like when you listen. I think, who was talking about it? It was David Lee Roth talking about Van Halen when they first got like that kind of recording equipment. They used to look down on Eddie Van Halen because he would just do multiple riffs and keep on going, and then be like, "Oh, I like this part of this part, this part of this part," But he played it multiple times and patched it together. And then and then just because he played it, and he's a guitar genius,
dude,
and he should have been on that list.
He is he's definitely top 5.
Right.
Definitely top
and
5. So
he just patched it together. It was never, that's how he wrote music.
Yeah.
But he had to use the recording equipment. They used to look down on him like that. And, music should progress like anything else, but we feel like, those are real instruments,
Yeah.
Strumming strings and hitting leather with wooden sticks is.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's a totally different feel. And it's crazy how, like you said, the evolution of the musical instrument has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, but you still got those guys still out there grinding with the guitars and the drums.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a dude out there that I don't know about. I'm still a Steve Vai guy. Joe Satriani.
Yeah, Eric Johnson.
Those guys ripped.
Cliffs of Dover.
But, oh, dude. We could talk 20 more minutes about Rock Band, but let's not.
Oh, dude. Paulo on the drums, the Del Fuegos. Big shout out to the Del Fuegos, the 3 original members.
In my head right now, just things that are happening around town. Oh yeah, big with Matt P playing Sabotage.
Dude, still one of the best
Great
renditions
moments
of Sabotage.
Everyone, if you're listening to this, if you want to pause us and just listen to something else, try listening to the Beastie Boys. It brightens my day.
Dude, that album, License to Ill,
great.
Totally great. But
totally
Sabotage was not on that album.
No. Great album cover. I think Eminem has an album that came out that has this, like, how that album cover has been copied a couple of times. The tail of the plane.
Yeah.
Santa Barbara County Fiesta. You ever go to that thing?
I have not been to Fiesta since like 98.
My freshman year, we came down. I was with my high school girlfriend thing, whatever. And my buddies came down, got in trouble for some funny stuff. Big shout outs again to my boy Julio, my boy Kyle Florwell. They came down right when I came, and it was just crazy. I had dinner with the girlfriend's family, and they were like getting popped in King City for stuff, and they still made it. Freaking, then they got popped for peeing on they like urinating in public.
Jeez.
Dude, it was, and if you could get caught in one weekend, it was them.
So here's my take on Fiestas now. It seems like it's definitely toned back a bit over the past few years.
It's family friendly.
It used to be, it was family friendly during the day, and then the freaks came out at night.
Yeah.
There was, for a while there was a big run of, assaults. Dude, people were getting stabbed left and right.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, hey, unfortunately, my hometown, Morgan Hill, is right next to Gilroy.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they had the shooting.
The
Garlic Festival. It's a big party, bro.
Yeah.
A big party. And, I was talking with a buddy about it, and I was like, it's fucking Gilroy. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to work at Chevy's, and I was telling him a story about when I was fucking working at Chevy's, and I had the patio and a parking lot, and it was on film, and someone pulled out a gun in the parking lot, and I freaked out, and I had hot fajitas, and the fajitas fell everywhere, and I ran inside. I'm like, oh, he's got a gun. Everyone on the patio was full. Didn't even freaking trip. Because Gilroy has shootings and people have guns. You know what I mean? It's everyone rewatched the film of me freaking out, falling down, slipping, fajitas flying everywhere, and everyone's still eating on their fucking El Machino tortillas.
No big deal.
No big deal. It was pretty funny. But, It's at the end of the day, it's super sad because you don't want to see it could have been a mass thing. It counts as a mass shooting, I think, right? Is because there's a mass population, or
maybe. I'm not sure.
It sucks. It sucks, but that's
dude. It was like what, a 6-year-old boy?
No.
Yeah, the one confirmed fatality that I know, he was like a 6 to 8-year-old boy, and then there was a couple of like 12 to 14-year-olds wounded.
Oh man, it was babies. Yeah, they said it was like in like the hand wax area. I know exactly where it's at. When you go to the left side, like if you're facing west, because Christmas Hill Park is separated like with a road. It's a big park, right? Yeah. And so on the left side, and it's almost identical sometimes, but like at least right when the entry is. But then on the left, where they have the big cooking fire pits, you've seen them on like TV, like with the big flames coming up. Right under some trees, right past that is like the kids area, and they have, you spin paint your frisbees, and you do your hand waxing area. And I saw posts. Some of my friends were there right before it happened and left, because there's like lines for the food, and they're just like and got out, and it was a kid area. That sucks. I pray, our hearts go out to those people and their families and the communities.
It's a very tragic set.
Yeah, I don't even know how we got into that.
Yeah.
But Fiesta and that's what happened. So, all right, but we're in San Ynez, and this last week's been kind of fun. A lot of getting started things are happening. We're already in helmets.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like 2019 season kicked off already.
But we had like a big weekend to get ready. We always kind of see each other and have a meeting, and it's nice. We have a little party even, and the families get together. All I fucking care about is gear day.
Dude, gear handout, it's always that.
We're not players anymore.
Yeah.
But this is almost better than players because you could wear this stuff. This is probably one of the better years we've had because, one of the best things about coaching at San Ynez, we are on time and we schedule to get what the NFL gets. We have custom team stuff, and there's a handful of high schools do it, but you have to do it early.
You got to look good to coach good.
You got to,
And that's one thing we do not skimp on is coach's attire.
Right. So we get 2 jackets, a coaching polo. We got a t-shirt, shorts, and we get a cap.
Dude.
The one jacket, the heavier jacket, it might be long in the arms is what people are saying. Quality. Dude. Kind of like looks like not a Letterman's, but it has some classic cuts. It's a classic cut jacket. It's definitely a sportsman jacket, but it has newer materials by Nike. It's a black with orange stripes fitted. Then we have like a white windbreaker,
which is tight,
legit, with like little black spots on the arm.
Yeah, just
nice little touches. The family shirt, I think, is one of my favorite shirts.
It was definitely a good touch.
It's a white shirt too, and we have a pirate family shirt with the number 50 on the shoulder, RIP.
Yeah, Dalton.
Great. And then we got the classic hat. We got a great hat. It fits you better this year.
It definitely does. It's a different material.
Yeah. Well, the same material. I thought it was a deeper cut. Like it's a deeper bowl.
Yeah, it might be a higher crown.
Yeah, it's the same material.
The crown's a little different, which is nice.
Yeah. But it was gear day, so that was fun for me. Yeah. I like getting the gear.
Coach's gear day is always a good day.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. It's like, what do we have to look forward to? Oh, shit, we got gear coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see that fight this week?
Let's jump right into.
Let's get into the fights. I'm in the fight game now, and I'm not talking UFC. I'm talking the Pittsburgh MLB. Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds.
Dude, I didn't watch it live.
No,
I just happened to.
Well, no one did because you're looking at the bleachers and it was empty.
Dude, it's the fucking Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the who gets.
And it wasn't the stands. It was bleachers. Yeah, it was, and they're both doing pretty horrible.
So the game's out of reach. Like, I just happened to look on Facebook, and I follow ESPN, and it's like, oh, check this out.
Yeah.
So I watched the video. It's like, holy shit. The pitcher Amir Garrett for the Reds. He's obviously hot about something.
And
on the mound.
So he's on the mound, and he's just talking to his boys, and you could just great body language.
Yeah, and the announcers are like picking it up.
They're like, he's disturbed.
It's like something's going down. Somebody's chirping and this and that.
And I was kind of, to maybe they need to hang out more. But him and the catcher needed to be involved more a little. Didn't do a holdback or help out.
Yeah. So here's my thing, dude. I have never seen a a player charged the opposing dugout.
Right. He went towards the dugout. It wasn't the home plate. It wasn't, you see the plate, but he went to the dugout, and I still don't know what happened before.
He
but
went into the Lions' den.
A coach was already ejected. The game, things happened.
Yeah.
And
the game was out of reach.
And who cares? But we saw, and what matters the most on like bench clearing brawl is what you do when you meet up with that first guy, because
if you don't get it done in the first 5 seconds, it's not happening.
It's too much of a scrum.
Yeah.
And that's a different kind of thing. And the scrum does, not too many people have gotten away with things in the scrum in baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a rule.
There's a lot of shit talking and hold me back,
right,
kind of shit.
Exactly. But I'm not going to, it was probably one of the better connections.
Dude, I don't know who Garrett punched from the Pirates, but that dude got fucking clocked.
And if you see it, it's a great, and the left hand is what lands, but the right hand 1-2,
yeah,
it went right left, and he came into the side and just the guy almost he stepped into it,
yeah,
because of the right,
yeah,
and he ran and he charged him, kind of like weird body language. It's like it's weird because you have to run and then fight.
Yeah.
That's not something most even UFC fighters get to. You're in a cage and you start bouncing around. To run at someone, and that's more Braveheart style.
Yeah, that's
then like you said, he's charging a dugout.
Yeah, the entire team's out.
Right.
And for him, I mean, I put some of this on the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're all out of the dugout, and they're just watching this dude charge all the way in and fucking clock the
again,
guy.
I don't think they expected it. They're probably already shooting this shit, fucking putting bubblegum bubbles on the top of their hats. You know what I mean? They freaking suck.
So, this got us thinking. It's like, baseball fights are typically pretty shitty.
Pretty shitty.
A lot of shit talking, a lot of holding.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Stuff. But when you think baseball fights, where do you go first?
And it's the nostalgic, and we've brought it up numerous times. Nolan Ryan
with the headlock
on
Robin Ventura, young Robin Ventura.
Right. So that's one for me.
It's like, just think about Robin Ventura. One of your best stories ever. I got in a fight with arguably one of the best pitchers of all time.
Yeah.
And he beat my ass.
Mm-hmm. He's the best pitcher.
Nolan Ryan whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Headlock, punching him.
His hat came off, and it showed him how old he was, and it made him look like he's like, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, he's balding. It was like, no, this motherfucker will kick your ass. He looked 60.
Yeah. And he was still just nasty.
Oh, it was so smooth how he got him in a headlock.
Oh, just
if the UFC was people don't rush people like that anymore. No. They just didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. What's that? Let's see. What are you thinking of?
So no, that'll always be number one.
That's
baseball.
Number one.
Always.
Right. That was an easy pick for me.
So what I'm thinking when I think baseball fight, I'm thinking as like the more recent ones. I think when Bryce Harper charged the mound against Hunter Strickland, who those two had a past.
Bryce Harper is fiery. I like that he's a great player, but I like that he's not afraid to fucking start some shit. And I like that it's even bratty, spoiled kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He has that spoiled, bratty attitude.
That entitlement. So I think that fight, but not for Bryce Harper and Hunter Strickland. So you get Bryce Harper running out. He throws his helmet. Yeah. And then Strickland clocks him.
When Bryce Harper's hair comes out.
Yeah.
So it's game time.
Hunter Strickland, dodges the helmet throw and then kind of catches him off balance. My favorite part about that fight is Jeff Samardzija sprinting from the bullpen, coming out of
Notre Dame football player.
Dude, that's what I respect about him.
Yeah.
He's a D1 baseball football player.
He could have been...
He could have had a great career in the NFL.
Do you think he's going to make more money than Kyler Murray? Non-endorsements.
That's a good question.
Because Kyler might get endorsements and might bounce up, but he's made baseball money for this long.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean towards Samardzija.
I think so too.
And
pitching,
watching him come out of the bullpen, and he throws a Superman punch out of nowhere, from
but
the
Jeff
back,
is
he misses completely,
and he just whiffs.
But the fact that he's that committed to sticking up for his brother.
Some of the fights are. That you see in baseball, like I said, it's like you see, and that's why I was talking about the catcher. He was on the mound. He needed to see his boy freaking out and kind of hold him back, just to be safe. I'm glad he didn't because it was one of the greatest punches of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Actually, and that's probably my number 2 is the Batista punch when his glasses got knocked off because he slid in. No, he slid in. Yeah, Batista slid in from. He was with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he's going into second. They're playing the Rangers, and him and Roughneck Odor, the second baseman, have some words.
They're Latino beef. They got it.
So they square up, and Batista tries to like puff up, Odor clocks him.
No hesitation.
Clocks him.
And
so bad his glasses go flying off.
And the still photos, the high def cameras were out, and it's in the middle of a play, which is crazy, and like probably why it's more popular. And it was a yard sale though. His helmet flew off, his glasses fell off.
He got clocked.
But it's not it's most of the time it's a pitcher batter issue.
Exactly.
You know, this was great because it was in the middle of a play, things are happening, and it was a no hesitation thing, yard sale punch. And Batista has an attitude. It's not like his first fight. He's gotten in multiple fights.
Yeah.
He's gotten a couple good punches in.
Like when you think non-pitcher batter, I kind of gravitate towards when the Yankees and Red Sox were playing. Alex Rodriguez gets beamed, and as he's walking to first, he's talking shit to the pitcher.
Yeah.
And Jason Varitek, being the catcher he is, so your job as a catcher is like you are escorting that motherfucker to first base,
right,
in case he gets any ideas.
Right.
So Jason Varitek starts chirping at A-Rod, and then A-Rod puffs up, and Jason Varitek fucking clocks him. And like,
dude,
then it's on.
That squad I would not want to fight with that Boston team.
That was a dirty team back
then. Was like
scrappy
team,
collar guys.
You know, they were one of the first guys ever to wear, like Johnny Damon with a beard.
Yeah,
he was the first one. Like if you think
had a beard before Johnny
full
Damon?
Beard, I'm talking the whole USA
sports world,
everything. Hipsters weren't around yet.
That's true.
Johnny Damon,
he had the long flowing hair with the fat beard.
He looked like the older Teen Wolf. You know what I mean? And that's what he was getting compared to. But that team don't want to fuck with them in a bar.
Yeah, they were those dudes that would get down.
Yeah, but no, that was, and then that's the one where Pablo freaking throws down. What was the manager's name?
Oh, Pedro Martinez.
Yeah,
he threw down. I want to say Don Zimmer. I think it's
Don Zimmer. Frosty freaking. Hey, I used to play baseball in the.
Yeah, he's still chewing a fucking 2 pouches a day. Tosses him, and then like everybody's like, "Oh, he tossed an old man." Well,
he grabbed him by the side of the head and olayed him.
Dude, the dude's charged me. What do you want me to do?
Right.
I'm not gonna sit there and take it.
But hey, you know what was crazy too was let's go back to the Pittsburgh Cincinnati fight. The managers came out and the coaches were fiery.
Oh, dude. The guy, the Reds manager, I think, was ejected, and he came sprinting from the clubhouse, is what they said, and he went straight for the Pirates coach.
Dude, very impressed by the managing and the coaches of both those organizations. Okay, but so coaches and managers, they don't always get in fights. They do a great job of holding back traditionally in these baseball brawls. But what they do get to do is get thrown out of the game and try to embarrass the umpire. What on the top of your what's your favorite ejection of a manager coach?
It'd have to be the AA one.
The army crawl?
The army crawl with the grenade.
He uses the freaking
the rosin bag.
So good, bro.
And then you got Lloyd McClendon. When he was the Pittsburgh Pirate coach. He goes out and he takes, I think he
first
took
base?
First base.
Yeah, he took
and
first
he
base.
Walks out.
Yeah, and then he tosses it in the freaking hallway. You can see it in the.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, no, those are great moments, man. People getting thrown out. So best rage moment throw out, and it's the Kansas City Royals.
Oh, when
how am I forgetting his name? Classic. George Brett.
When he
the pine tar,
and he comes full cheek of chaw, sprinting out of the dugout.
Insane, bro. One of the best baseball characters of all time, too.
You look at that video. How scared do you think that
his legs was? And he did all high knee drills needed to look like George Brett's knees when he came out of that dugout.
Hands up,
screaming. Hair. He looked like a mad scientist or some kind of possessed white dude.
Dude, I thought he was gonna murder that guy.
Yeah.
That would have been a great opportunity.
So let's talk about our home run situation. We had this last weekend.
Changing it up, keeping it in the
Keep it
baseball
baseball.
realm.
Keep it baseball realm.
So we had the second annual Coaches Home Run Derby.
I kept my tradition.
Yeah, Paulo's 2 for 2, 0 home runs in 2 years.
0 home runs. I'm not the best at hand-eye coordination with a bat or like.
So what kind of South American are you?
I know. It's not the best, but it's more of like those like Caribbean islands or, the Puerto Ricos, the Dominicans. Peru is just not a baseball. We like sucking at soccer.
Hey, but you do.
But
right?
That's ready for Team Peru. We're crushing in the Pan American Games right now.
Right?
Have you seen it?
No. What the fuck?
Distance running, dude. We have multiple golds. We are leading the pack, I think, in the Pan American Games. Go Peru! Woo!
Pan American Games.
If you had a kid in the Pan American Games, you'd be watching.
Oh yeah, but we have something called the Olympics.
Yeah, but anyways, we had the coaches, and Sean has his injured knee. So our mic skills are you are great. I want to do like minor league baseball with you.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Hold My Whistle fans, if you know a sporting event that needs announcing or recording, Hold My Whistle. We'll do play-by-play. And
I'm a good commentator.
I'm telling you, why I chose you is there was a couple of times we watched games on your uncle's couch and we were just on the love seat together, just freaking hot watching football. And we're like, people should listen to us. And then we recreated Hold My Whistle.
Right.
Yeah, but I had no home runs. I just want to. It's been one of the most dangerous events that we've held in Santinet's history.
It's 2 for 2 on knees, for sure.
2 for 2 on knees. We had Rekka's knee got torn last year, and this year, Smith's knee, his patella dislocated.
Dude, his kneecap was like 3 inches off.
And he said, "Hey, I'm gonna move over here for a little bit if you're gonna swing this bat."
Right.
So that's our baseball talk. Oh, trade deadline. Anything happened for you in the trade deadline? No big moves. Everyone kind of stayed in the same place, right?
I don't know. I'm at that point in the baseball season where I'm ready for it to be finishing up so I can get ready for football.
Mm-hmm.
It's like leading into fantasy season. I do fantasy baseball to hold me over.
Right.
Football.
How's your team doing? I don't want to know individually, just the quick standings.
We are within 1 game of third place.
Oof.
First place is out of reach. Jay Lux, he's got that pretty much locked up, but third's in striking distance, and if we go on a good run, second place is viable.
So big talk again. What I'm getting sick of it, but it's kind of a big thing. The holdouts for this year. It's kind of every year. There's a handful of people. But I think one of the, he's done it a couple of years or he's just been in trouble. And when it comes into football, you don't get him for the first couple of games. And he's still a young running back. But Zeke is always in the news with this stuff.
So here's my take. The running backs hold out. For the most part, it's typically just the running backs.
Yeah.
Those guys, you got to look at your life expectancy as in terms of being a career NFL running back. You're looking at 5 to 7 years. I mean, It's a very perishable position.
Oh, man.
You're only at a high level for so long.
Literally ground and pound.
So you get these guys that just tear it up for the first 3 years. They're still under rookie contracts. And they're not making shit.
Nothing.
So it's like, I understand why you want to hold out. It makes sense. You want to get paid. And I'm all for the guys getting paid because football players, to me, take the most risk. But the salaries aren't as high because there's less games. Less
games, more team members, all this stuff that makes sense. Like, again, like we said, like Jeff Samardzija, career-wise, is probably going to make more than Kyler Murray. So Kyler Murray's decision, sometimes it's not a financial thing, but,
We'll see how it goes. So you get the running backs holding out for money. My thing is he's still got 2 years left on his contract. This isn't the NBA where you get to hold people for ransom. The NBA, I don't want to play. I'm going to go here. And then they'll cut you. Mm-hmm. And then they'll let you go. So the NFL is like, see you later. You're not sitting here making money. Goodbye. Because NFL, they can cut you at any point, at any part of the season. Mm-hmm. And the only thing they're obligated to pay you is what is guaranteed in your contract. you have $100 million contract and only 40 of it's guaranteed. That's all you're getting. That 60 and change, that's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, so holding out is one of those things that, I'm for the players, but you still got 2 years left on your contract before you hold out.
Oh yeah. No, it's and like you said, it's just such a risky thing, and timing and surviving that time. So going through that whole contract is got to be just.
And for a guy like Zeke, it's like I was listening to Colin Cowherd about it, and he was saying, and he's in trouble constantly.
Right, he's a risk.
He's high risk. It's like
he doesn't play the whole.
Cut him, trade him, get rid of him. Ship him along, get something for him, so you don't have to deal with that. I mean, we're going back to the rest of the running backs that are also holding out. You got Melvin Gordon.
We have a handful of people, so I got a list of, I think it's 5 people who are holding out right now. They're big names. Big names.
Yeah.
And that's what you get with a big name. You should be able to hold out with the big name and get paid because life expectancy.
Exactly.
All right, so it's rapid fire. I'm going to tell you the player's name, and you tell me if, and we kind of did it with Khalil Mack last year, if it's a pay him or trade him. Okay. Here we go. Number 1, Jadeveon Clowney.
Trade him.
2, Zeke Elliott.
Trade him.
Ooh. Melvin Gordon, LA Chargers.
Pay him.
Melvin. Okay. Yannick Ngakoue, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end. Do we know who he is?
Trade him.
Boom. Michael Thomas.
Pay him.
You have to.
Drew Brees is an aging quarterback, and he's the best. I mean, you got rid of Mark Ingram. You got Alvin Kamara under rookie contract still. I'm sure Michael Thomas is still under rookie contract. Michael Thomas is a potential.
He's number 1, I think, wide receiver, right?
No, he's not number 1.
Who's number 1? D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Yeah.
From the Texans.
Right.
Michael Thomas is that, third. Well, Julio's out for 4 to 8 weeks. He had ankle surgery, so he's on the shelf.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, not Julio. AJ Green did.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's AJ Green.
I don't see AJ Green doing anything.
AJ Green is on that second tier now. He's no longer first tier.
No, he can't hold out.
Yeah.
If he was a holdout this year, he'd be a trade him. So what about the Redskins? Trent Williams, their tackle.
You got to pay a lineman.
He's left
tackle.
Right.
You got to pay that guy. He's an all-pro. You got to pay him. Back to Michael Thomas though. He's your number 1 guy.
Oh yeah.
Drew Brees, like I said, aging quarterback. You got a solid run game.
Oh yeah, and Kamara, you team up with him and Kamara, and you have offensive weapons. Now they could be. They should be what KC will look like last year with the receiver running back combos.
Not quite as deep. They still kind of lack that second.
They need a big tight end.
They kind of lack that second tier receiver guy.
But Kamara and him together that's some speed and talent and some scoring happening.
So it's like you gotta pay. You got to. Because it's like you look at Kamara. This will be the start of his 3rd year.
Yeah.
He's probably under rookie contract for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Is Kamara a big contract guy? Yes.
Oh yeah, and I think he's doing pretty good. And
he's a guy you pay.
Yes,
because
he's a pay.
He's got a chance to be an everyday down back this year. If he can prove that he's that 3 down back, it's like he's fucking deadly in the pass game. He's like a Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's one of those cats that they're of the same mold. They're the smaller guys, the fast guys,
but they could catch the ball too.
Catch the ball. I mean, Christian McCaffrey led the team in rushing and receiving.
So hey, who's getting the start at Dallas now? It's at the running back because Zeke's out. It's freaking a journeyman.
Is it Rod Smith?
No, it's not. No. Oh God, who is it? Cowboys running back.
Who knows? Because the Cowboys are terrible.
Hold on. Oh, they're in Oxnard right now.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares.
Alfred Morris, bro.
Ooh, that could have been bad. Okay, I forgot he was still on the
team.
So
how far does he jump up in Fantasyland?
Not much.
Yeah, but that line is solid.
Their O-line is definitely
and he's got decent running skills. Like
the thing he hurt you with is he's not going to get you anything in terms of
fantasy. That line is solid,
he's
man.
He's not going to get you anything in the pass game. That's where Zeke
right,
gets you.
but he's not gonna bust out like 40-yarders.
He can. He's got that capability.
But not like Zeke would.
He's not the runner Zeke
No.
is. He's a
But
downhill.
he might if he stays healthy through this mini camp and everything. And I forget who said it, but it could be like a D'Angelo Williams. Like, so you get your opportunity and you just have a good year. It could be he might pop up for 1 year. But the one biggest thing, I think that's the thing that's holding back him the most, is that he's got a star on his helmet. It just never works out that way for a guy like him in this type of situation.
It's one of those things. It's like you're playing for one of the focal points of the league in the Dallas Cowboys, formerly America's team. So it's like they've got a standard, and it's like you really don't fit that standard. He's good. Obviously, he's good because he's in the league. He's not trash.
Oh no!
But ever since Emmett's been gone, they didn't have anything until they got Zeke.
Okay, real quick. Who's been your favorite since Emmett? Who's been your favorite Cowboy running back?
Oh,
can I just throw mine out there real quick?
Yeah,
Marion Barber.
Okay,
I liked him.
I liked Felix Jones.
Felix Jones was good too, and those are probably the top two that I think stick out for me the most.
Yeah, I mean Felix Jones was a kid out of Arkansas that was just a stud.
Oh yeah. And he played with McFadden, right?
Yeah,
they're like,
what a Darren McFadden.
God,
he should have been so much better.
Yeah, he's
like Kajana Carter.
Just his ankles were so weak.
It was he always was hurt, and he just couldn't take the workload.
Well, let's talk about the Raiders right now. And one of my favorite times of new starts with the beginning of the season and everything, it's documentary time.
Hard Knocks.
We're getting ready for Hard Knocks with the Oakland Raiders, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I've watched this is the 4th season of Last Chance U.
Oh, I haven't watched it. I don't even know if I watched 3.
Yes, we talked about it with Jay Brown.
3
and they're at Indy.
Yes,
right.
Are they back in Independence?
They're back in Independence, and it's just a shit show.
They
don't even win, bro, and they got guys, and they're not winning. And it's just crumbling. They're getting a new turf field. He's just as crazy as ever. The shit talking is freaking nuts.
Dude, I don't understand.
And eventually, I hate to ruin it for you. I don't know if you guys want to sit through it, but, it's out there in the public. People know about it. He's fired. He got fired, and he's like got crazy lawsuits. He just said some crazy shit like about his lawyers and stuff, and made I think his lawyers are suing him.
Really?
Yeah, it's nuts. But that's that documentary. I watched that, and now it's Hard Knocks time. Oakland Raiders, they're in Napa. Who are you watching in the Oakland minicamp, Sean?
I'm looking the Raiders, to me, like they'll go as far as Derek Carr will take them.
Is that their big just cost, like that's their biggest problem?
To me, he's slightly better than like average. But everybody's like, "Oh, he's good. He really isn't that great." This will be
Amari Cooper made some great catches that year.
This will be the true test for him this year. You got Amari, you got Antonio Brown, you got a decent run game. You got the rookie
from Alabama. I'm looking him up right now.
So it's like, this is, to me, for the Oakland Raiders, this is the shit or get off the pot year for a guy like Derek
sure.
Carr. You got new coach.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. You got new coach with fucking John Gruden to see. Like,
last year in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put up something special for your last year in Oakland.
You got to, like.
It is no matter what you say, Oakland football's leaving Oakland.
And it's probably not coming back.
Ever. It's not Seattle and basketball. The Supersonics will be back. But the Oakland Raiders are never going to be a thing again. They are going to stay in Vegas.
Yeah.
You can't leave that market. There might be another team in Oakland, but it's never going to be the Raiders.
Yeah.
And it's never going to be the same, which is sad.
Here's my thing is like, Oakland they've got good things with the sports world. They just don't do anything to keep them.
Do you know, like, because of like NWA and stuff like that, and like when Raider and White Sox gear and LA Kings gear was going on, that like right now, the Cowboys, maybe the Patriots have stepped up, but there's always a team like the Yankees are always up as far as the number one sports team that's most recognized in the world. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a soccer team.
Yeah.
You know, but for a while in that era, the early 90s, the Raiders was the number one team known around the world.
You want to know? Do you know what the most valuable franchise is?
Is it a soccer team?
No.
Is it an American sports team?
Yes.
Is it the New York Yankees?
No.
It's not the Cowboys?
It is the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. The most
always. That's always.
I think they're worth like $5 billion in some.
Yeah, no, they're number one for sure. Their logo's
synonymous.
Yeah,
it's one of those things that everybody recognizes.
Mm-hmm. But
here's where I was going with the city of Oakland. They played in the Alameda Coliseum. Is that what it's called?
It's the Coliseum,
but it's such a shithole.
It's a shithole. The Oakland A's still play there,
dude. It's It should be. I mean, holy shit! You're a big enough city where you can afford to have a second stadium. You know, put the A's in something and keep the Raiders in something else. But you didn't do it.
No,
because the Raiders called the city's bluff. You know,
right? It's years of blackouts and drama with the city of Oakland and the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish the Raiders had what like the Warriors have with Oracle, and they're literally 20 feet apart from each other.
Is it that close?
They're right there. Yeah,
I've never been.
You never been to the Coliseum?
No.
Well, or the Oracle?
No, I'd go to a Warrior game.
Yeah, you've never been in the parking lot.
Mm-mm.
Real cool tailgates and like.
Oh, I'm sure. The atmosphere is
I've partied in those. Oh, for sure. I've partied in that parking lot a handful of times. Look, I'm gonna miss and people from my hometown or just people who went to sports games. Like now, it's so much nicer. They have Avaya Stadium for soccer. They have the Levi's facility. You have AT&T. Oh, it's not even AT&T right now. It's something else now.
Monster Park?
No, that's what Candlestick used to be. But you know, I miss Candlestick.
It's AT&T still?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I think it's Capcom or something or something weird.
Yeah.
But it's not AT&T anymore.
Well, I mean, it's like
but those two freaking tailgates, those two parking lots held it down.
Yeah.
Like Raider fans, I'm not a fan, but they could throw a party.
Oh, they're always I mean, and that's the thing with like Raider fans. If you're a true Raider fan, it's like the loyalty is always there.
Oh yeah.
And, you gotta respect that. You know, you're gonna rep your squad no matter where you're from, and then you stick with that.
You know how many people? You know what's funny is that, and that's how Raiders are so popular. People don't even know who are on the Raiders, and they're gonna have Raider gear.
Totally.
You know what I mean? It's more of an attitude,
exactly,
and than knowing who's on the team. You'd be like, yeah, I'm a fucking Raider.
Who's
the quarterback? Does it matter? Fuck you.
It reflects the former ownership, like Al Davis. You know, best owner was he a good owner? I'm not gonna judge him.
He changed the league
exactly
in a positive way. Maybe a shade was thrown on him, but he helped football. He is a man of football. When you think football, he might be one of the top 10 greatest men of football.
Dude,
and moving forward with the game.
Every time you think Al Davis, I think of his lanyard on his glasses.
Oh yeah, that gold, white freaking jumpsuit and some hair blow. Like when I say hair blowing, I'm probably the closest thing to what Al Davis had for hair. If I grew it out long, like
maybe
I might. If you really need to like reflect on what Al Davis looked like, you could take a pic of my hair and then throw it on the Face app and make it look old, and I'd probably look like Al Davis.
So you get a guy like that in the ownership role, just win. I mean, just win, baby.
Oh yeah,
it's
just
like,
win.
I don't give a shit how you do it. You fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
commitment to excellence, all that stuff.
Exactly. It's like it's
just win, baby. And it wasn't like it was with swag. Like he's probably the first swag type guy in football.
Anybody who wears all white.
Oh,
like
he's the first player's owner. He was a player's coach and a player's owner. Like if you owned the team, you had to coach the team too. That's how. Imagine buying a franchise.
Yeah.
Like at that time, like you could have been a mediocre businessman, bought an NFL team, been Al Davis, and now your kid looks like Chucky and is a billionaire. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because.
But I'm excited to see the Hard Knocks.
It should be good. You know, they got talent on that squad. I mean, their defense is still shitty, but it is what it is.
Sleeper defense of the year for you.
Sleeper defense.
Yeah.
God, that's tough. I mean,
guess who's mine? Guess.
Do I need to say it?
But can they be? Should they be in the running for one of the better sleeper defenses?
The Niners? No.
Stop it. That's a hate move, though.
Why? What makes them better?
Not better. I said sleeper.
I know, but what makes them better? Because if you're
they got talent. They got healthy guys. You know, in positions where they need them.
Okay.
You know, coaching. It's things are coming into play with the Niners. You know what I mean? It took some time. We had a couple hiccups. You know, injuries last year, this and that. I think the wheels are turning positively for the Niners. They should be in a good place.
Sleeper defense. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm gonna think the Ravens because they picked up Earl Thomas, and you get a guy like that, like controlling the secondary. It's gonna put you in a spot where, you know, you can rely on your veteran leadership from the back half.
I'm excited to see Baltimore, you know, rising back up into the depths of being one of the better defenses because they were a staple
of our childhood, yeah,
of defense for so long, and they dropped the last couple of years. You know,
so I like the Ravens defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like since they've started, since they got rid of Flacco, like their offense is actually exciting to watch.
Oh yeah,
Lamar Jackson is a fucking athlete.
He is fun.
Can he maintain? I don't know. I mean, he's kind of a smaller guy. He puts himself in a lot of risky positions by running so much, but their offense is viable. It's not this turnaround like when they won the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer and Jamal Lewis. It was like run Jamal Lewis 40 times a game. That shit was so boring.
Here we go. Ready for your next rapid fire question?
Hit me with it.
So, since before this last year, who is your top 3 best offensive threats for the Baltimore Ravens?
Other than Jamal Lewis?
No. The quarterback,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Other than that?
Other than Lamar, who's your 3 best offensive threats in the history of the Baltimore Ravens?
Jamal Lewis.
Number 1.
Oh, is he?
No,
okay. This is so in no particular order.
No particular order.
Jamal
and then
Lewis,
rank them. Okay.
Todd Heap. Dude,
that's
Todd
so
Heap.
Good, bro. Todd Heap was a threat.
Stud, dude.
Okay.
Total fucking stud. And then, oh Christ, what is his name? Oh, I can see.
Can you throw Ray Rice in there?
Oh, I forget. You forget about Ray Rice. I can't.
He won a Super Bowl, right?
I don't think so.
He missed that Super Bowl year?
I can't put him in that.
No, he won.
I can't put him in that category because I don't think his body of work was enough.
Okay, but he's a sneaky threat though.
Yeah, and as much as it pains me to say it, you gotta say Joe Flacco.
Oh, I know, isn't it crazy?
I mean, the guy won a Super Bowl. I gotta give it to him.
But there has been like Steve Smith played a couple years with the Ravens. He was kind of a threat.
He wasn't the Carolina Panthers.
No, but he was a sneak. You know, you had him on your bench.
A good second option.
Yeah, but yeah, isn't it crazy for a team who's won 2 Super Bowls and been around for how many years? Let's say 30 years.
No, they haven't been around that long.
Since we've been. What?
When did they come back? When did they come back to Baltimore?
So maybe 25 years.
Yeah, I'll say 25.
25 years. Those are the best offensive that they had, which isn't that great if you really think about it.
I'm sure. There's
and they got 2 ships, and they are a staple in the playoffs.
But
they've lost to some great. They could have been, they were on the cusp of some really good teams.
If Ray Rice doesn't get booted from that team,
you think
they're still legit.
If Ray Lewis doesn't leave after that second.
Well, I mean, Ray Lewis's time. Ed Reed. I mean, Terrell Suggs needs to hang it up.
T-Sizzle.
Mm-hmm. Dude's a stud.
Well, let's even talk about it. So we have the Hall of Fame game. The Hall of Fame's happening this week.
Is it this week?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Who's playing? Isn't it like Green Bay?
No, it might be the Ravens, bro.
I have no idea. Here's my prediction.
Okay.
The Browns are gonna win the AFC North.
Oh boy.
You heard it here.
Hold My Whistle pretty much follows the Browns. You know what I mean?
You got to look at the collection.
Okay, we got the D Broncos versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, not going to watch that game.
Yeah, no Julio with the Falcons, and they were going to hold him out anyway.
Yeah.
Right, he's not. And then, do you want to see Joe Flacco throw for the Broncos?
Dude, he's going to help.
What about Lindsey? Do you like Lindsey?
I like Philip Lindsay, dude. Hometown kid who's got a great story.
I love his story. Yeah,
he's not a big dude.
No, but he
the
runs well.
Can run.
He reminds me of Smith with the Vikings.
Robert Smith.
Ohio he reminds State. The running, the body, like build. He runs the same way, but he's a good back. He's a really good back. Is he top 5?
No, he's that like 3rd tier guy, but he's a good guy to have because they're gonna need to run the ball. And I think for the Broncos, making that move for Flacco is arguably their best move because they were going nowhere with their
John Elway.
John Elway needed to move. He needed to do something to prove that he's still the guy in charge there.
Oh yeah, it's crazy because like he took some risks and it pays off, but he lost the quarterback. He lost.
Well, Emmanuel Sanders needs somebody to throw him the fucking ball
because he's special.
Yeah, he's to me he's that second option guy.
He was better a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean because he had Demaryius Thomas on the other side, but Demaryius is gone, and it's his team. So it's like you get a guy that can throw the ball. He's proven winner. Case Keenum was okay, but I don't think they did a good enough job like allowing him to run the team. I think it was too like didn't seem like there was enough faith in him. I mean the dude. Obviously, to me, everybody wants to say, "Oh, these guys are trash." They're obviously good enough to make the NFL. So it's like, yeah, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know that. Oh, you're limited to these set of plays. So it's like a guy for like Case Keenum. The dude fucking ripped in college when he played at Houston.
Oh yeah,
dude ripped.
Not a bad pick, but you never know, and it's always a gamble. It's like who's the kid from Duke that's with the Giants.
Oh, fuck.
Did you see that video?
Oh, Daniel. The fuck is his last?
But they're like, oh, look at he's in practice. It's 7-on-7. There's no D-line threat, and he's just sending this fucking sideline bomb.
Fucking airmails a fucking 7-yard out.
And look at you can't take a rep off like that. He might have just messed up silly, or just been angry and launched that ball. And look how he gets construed and changed up. You know what I mean?
It's like, here's my thing. So let's go back to let's look at this as a fantasy perspective. If you're the number 1 pick in your draft, who you taking?
So everyone's picking. Is it Gurley? I like Kamara. I like Kamara a lot. Again, he's catching the ball. He's running the ball. He's a solo back this year. He's a primary back. He's going to get more touches. I think he's my guy.
That's exactly where I'd go.
I don't want to. There's injuries. There's drama. There's LA. There's the Cowboys. It's all messed up. I think if you erase if you count those type of things, Kamara is the guy. And then there's Saquon, and it's just like. I have Saquon on my team. I'm going to have to keep him. Don't get me wrong. I think he's phenomenal.
He's a stud.
I think he's got to play tough teams. I think he's got to play in tough weather. And I think he's got a bet, I think, from the top of the organization. I'm talking, the offices to coaches to people in the locker room that Giants are just not the team. For him to be on.
So here's the thing.
But he's going to represent. He's going to carry the team. He's that good.
Yeah.
He's going to carry a team, and they might make it to the fucking playoffs. Who knows?
They're not going to make the playoffs.
No. Okay. Bad comment.
Here's my take with Saquon. The dude's a fucking talent for sure.
You have to take.
You can't deny the talent.
So
here's the thing. Even if Eli's a starter, Eli or Daniel Jones, either one, you got ancient quarterback or rookie quarterback. You've got. Nothing.
You don't have Odell.
Gone,
yeah, no
gone,
Odell.
You've got no solidified
you got
proven deep threat. the defense is going to be stacked in the box.
It's not. They don't even have a D line like traditionally that they have a decent D line or a linebacker. They don't got nothing on that.
So it's
you don't have Brandon Collins anymore. Landon Collins. Freaking Landon Donovan's gone. There's all kinds of people missing from the Giants. You know what I mean?
Like, you're gonna see 9-man boxes. You're gonna try and run the ball against that. It's like, good luck. And I feel for you. If you're looking to take Saquon number 1, I'm gonna say I would solid pass.
Oh,
solid pass.
Pretty risky take if you have the number 1, and that's why people don't like the number 1 all the time.
This year, I think the number 1 pick is legitimate because you have a lot of options. Gurley to me is still kind of flaky because, like, look
his
at
Super Bowl performance, yeah. And I just have a thing with Southern California pro running backs.
Is he?
They don't have that finishing edge to me. I think
it hasn't been since Marcus Allen.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, no, he was an Oakland Raider, so that counts as Northern California. Did he play?
Was he there in LA? No, he was in LA.
He was in LA.
But he didn't win. Did he win a Super Bowl with them? I don't know. So. It doesn't matter. But yeah, no, I think all those distractions are just things to go away from those guys.
Gurley, to me, he's got the potential, but it's...
Oh, he's phenomenal. It's
got to be one of those things that is proven.
I think the team is very young, and for them to come back off a Super Bowl performance.
How do they rebound?
I think they're gonna have a drop somewhere. If they come back and they win the division and they're like floating, they're probably gonna stick around for a while. But there's too many teams. You've seen it before. It's like, and that's how we started the conversation. The Broncos fell off. Once they won, they lose a couple guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that's what happens.
Ray Lewis retires. Boom, the Ravens drop off. We're hoping they have to come back, and all these teams have that kind of situation that we've been talking about. You make you got to make a couple key moves, and it could be the big difference. And I think that's why you're talking about the Browns made a couple great key moves.
Oh, they've got talent.
Let's go division winners. You've already called. You called 2 of them. You called 2 already, right? You said the Browns and
the Browns are going to win the AFC
and the Rams.
The Rams will win the NFC West.
All right, keep on going.
All right, so let's see. AFC East. Obviously, the Patriots are going to win the AFC East.
Ooh.
AFC South. It's a toss-up. To me. Depends how the quarterback play in Jacksonville happens because the Jacksonville Jags have the defense.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get some offensive production with Leonard Fournette, I think they have the best chance. But then you got to think close behind is the Texans.
Okay.
Colts rebound, I don't think they're good enough.
Fantasy question. Fournette or Gurley?
Gurley.
Fournette or... we were just talking about him a little bit ago from the Chargers.
Melvin
Gordon, holdout.
Oh, to me that depends.
That's close. They're comparable.
They are on the back half of the first group of running
instinct.
backs.
Who do you pick?
Melvin Gordon.
Boom! Really, I like Fournette.
I like Fournette, but he's always hurt.
Yeah, well,
he's always hurt. So, Fournette's a guy that. He's got the talent, he's got the potential to be that guy, but can he prove that he's that guy constantly?
All right. I think he can. I like him this year. I think he's gonna have a good year.
Okay.
If it was between those 2 and everyone else is gonna that's what I said. I like Leonard. All right, but let's talk about we talked about the NFL Hall of Fame game, which no one watches, but we got the Hall of Fame inductees. And now what's really been happening is who do you think is going to give the best speech? Okay, you want me to run down
rundown.
Okay. So I think this is a good one.
Is it a good? It's pretty.
I think it's a decent one. We know the guys. I think some, they got in kind of early, but right off the bat, we got Champ Bailey. Great DB. I think
We'll run them down.
Okay.
Just give me the list.
Pat Bowlen. I think he's an OG. Gil Brandt. Tight end Tony Gonzalez. Ty Law. Kevin Mawea. Ed Reed. And Johnny Robinson.
Kevin Mawai made the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. O-lineman.
Jet center
for the Jets, right?
Yeah. Best speech, Ed Reed.
Ed Reed has got
Reed for sure.
So the other two, so obviously we're gonna go with guys from our generation and people who are used to talking on the mic.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez, is he gonna be sentimental?
He's gonna be total like,
oh, thank you, coaches, and I couldn't have done it without my wives and my kids.
Blubbering mess. I think Ed Reed's gonna give you that.
Is he gonna walk in front of the podium, like a Ray Lewis? Is he? How much does he throw up the U?
Oh, you know it's coming.
The U is coming.
You know it's coming.
The U is getting another inductee into the Hall of Fame.
We go. Over under 3 U's put up.
Over.
Okay, I will take.
Or if one is held up for longer than 10 seconds, for sure. If he just, or if he says, "Hey, I want to give it up to the U," and there's a roaring applause. That washes it. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like something's going to happen where the U is.
It's going to be mentioned,
and it's got to be mentioned. He is. In years to come, he's going to be a patriarch to the U.
Oh, he's top 5 all time.
And
that's hard to say for the fucking U,
right?
Especially in his generation.
We got Champ Bailey. He's kind of a quiet defensive guy. Even though he was a high flashy player,
press man like a motherfucker.
Great competitions with some of the best wide receivers, I think.
Oh yeah.
If he got burnt, he wasn't getting burnt by some scrub white dude in Tom Brady. He was getting burnt by Randy Moss.
Yeah.
He's getting
beat by dudes. And you had I forget what there was a ridiculous stat on in terms of completion percentage to his side for many years. It was less than 5% or something, just ridiculous. Epitome of lockdown. Outside of Dion though. But.
Who was the Raiders corner? I can't hit the funny last name. But he was a lockdown corner
Asamoah.
Nnamdi Asamoah.
Yeah, Nnamdi Asamoah.
Had a lot of hype. He had some great seasons. People didn't throw to his side. Champ Bailey just murders him.
Champ Bailey's way better.
Champ Bailey's way better.
Champ Bailey did it for 14 years or something.
Dude, great defenseman. And he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Is it a little early, you think?
No.
Right on time?
I think it's good for him.
Okay. Pat Bolin.
He's an owner, isn't he? Or GM?
Yeah, he might be. Yes. He's, that really tan dude, short comb over. All right. Gil Brandt. I think he's an OG dude. And then we talked about Tony Gonzalez. Ty Law.
Ty Law is that dude. He just, when he was
First
on
off, let's just give it, what a cool last name, bro.
Dude.
The whole name, Ty Law.
Dude. I was reading a thing about Rodney Harrison saying how, Patriot guys kind of get discriminated against because it's, they're thinking, we're a system team, this and that.
It's a business.
It's like, you got Tom Brady.
If you think of people other than Gronk who had egos or energy that would uplift that team, who could do momentum changers, it's been defensive players.
Yeah.
For the Patriots.
It was Teddy Bruschi, fucking Rodney Harrison.
Right.
I mean, when Rodney Harrison came in, it's they had Lawyer Malloy, and Lawyer Malloy was their dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, he's cut.
They've had great linebackers.
Oh, yeah.
It's
you
huge
think of what they're getting through that organization.
Willie McGinnis.
Richard Seymour.
Dude. They have had great. Wilfork. They've got, you could go up and down. They are champions. Those are champions of the game, and they landed on a franchise that helped them win rings.
Exactly. And then Rodney Harrison was saying how the Patriot guys get discriminated against, and there's some definite truth to that statement. This is his 3rd time through for Ty Law. I mean, Ty Law, not typically the locked down guy, but a legitimate.
You knew you had a guy to cover a primetime receiver.
Exactly, and he was great in the run game. He was good in zone,
and he was valuable because he lasted 13 years as a starting corner.
Yeah, between him, I think he went to the Chiefs after he left New England.
Because that's when Marvin moved in. They have a little documentary about that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because he moved in and I kind of took his captain spot and everything. The defense wasn't happy when they got Marvin Harrison right off the bat because he had an attitude and he talked shit.
Harrison?
I mean, not Marvin Harrison. Come on, he's a commentator. He was a safety for the Patriots. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Rodney Harrison.
Rodney Harrison.
Rodney Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
they weren't happy when
dude.
That's what
I saw that documentary.
Yeah,
that's what I was referring to. Like they didn't like this dude.
They didn't like him.
He hit like Bill Belichick is quoted on that saying he was arguably one of the best practice players ever. Always working hard, dude.
Yeah,
like he'd hit guys, and people didn't like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you look at guys from that team that are, on the verge of Hall of Fame status. It's like you got a dude like Kevin Falk. Kevin Falk,
great running back, bro.
He like the running part, not so much, but he was that pass catching threat. Mm-hmm. When you needed a play, you went to fucking Kevin Falk.
Well, and the thing is like you could go down all the offensive players and defensive players. If you got rep for New England, you didn't do a bad job.
Because if you
didn't do a bad job. Not if you like
if you didn't do good, you weren't fucking playing.
You weren't playing.
And Bill Belichick's that guy that.
So Kevin Falk got minimal reps, and he had decent. He had like average yards and enough to win a game.
Like, he was that guy you could count on. You had one play to get this many yards. Kevin Falk's the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, is he a Hall of Famer? Probably not.
No.
But
he did a great job, and he's a champ. Look at. What trade do you make? Hall of Fame, or do you want a Super Bowl ring?
That's a tough call.
Right, like real quick, just instinct.
What do
you want the Hall of Fame?
Dude, you win a Super Bowl, you get forgotten.
You could get forgotten.
You go to the Hall of Fame, you might be forgotten.
You're a legend.
You might get forgotten, but your name is always
right.
Fucking
You rather be
with your fucking
Brad Johnson or Dan Marino. It's like you want to be Dan Marino.
Yeah, right. Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer. It's fucking go down the list. People who didn't win Super Bowls that
you're in the mecca of your sport.
All right, Kevin Mawai.
Kevin Mawai.
Mawai. Okay, there you go. Mawai.
There's gonna be a Mawai. Kevin Mawai.
Okay, tell me what's there gonna be. Give me your.
Kevin Mawai.
Yeah, what's he gonna do on the mic?
He's gonna talk. There's gonna be a lot of God talk because he had that tape cross on his face mask. I think there's gonna be a lot of psalms and fucking bringing.
Will there be a haka? Will there be a haka?
Oh, he might. I want to say he comes out in some form of Tommy Bahama.
No, they got the yellow jacket on, right?
But he could still have the Tommy Bahama shirt.
What are wait? Never mind. They always have it in Canton. I just tripped on freaking last year's the T.O. freaking situation.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Johnny Robinson is an old dude.
Let's get back to that. Who doesn't show up for their Hall of Fame?
Everyone shows up, bro.
Why? Why do you have to be that one guy?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it is the pinnacle of your body of work to set you apart from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You are arguably top 4 receiver all time, and your numbers back it up. And you don't show up.
Yep.
To me, that is a big fuck you.
Yeah. Well, guess who got fuck you this year? They were finalists and then didn't get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Do you know who any of them are?
Well, I don't know. Tell me.
Number 1 is Richard Seymour.
Okay.
John Lynch.
Okay, I can see that.
Edgerrin James.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Hutchinson.
Okay, he was a lineman for the Vikings.
The Vikings, right. Steven Atwater.
Steve Atwater, okay.
Tony Baselli.
Oh, dude.
Isaac Bruce. Don Coryell.
El Coryell?
El Coryell. Alan Faneca.
Alan Faneca was good.
Tom Flores, 2-time Super Bowl champ for the Raiders. Raiders. Not John Madden, who's already in 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Tom's got 2/3 of those Super Bowls, and he's not in it. Maybe he got handed a keys to a Corvette.
Maybe.
You see the new Corvette?
Yeah, I hear they're
mid-engine. 60 Gs. And Tony G made it. But those are the guys who didn't make it. They got fuck you'd.
All right, so let's go down that list. Let me rapid fire you on that list, Paulo.
Okay.
Brings up a solid point for us. Hand me the list.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Where is this list?
It's the picture.
It's the pictures?
Yeah.
All right. In or out? Oh, okay.
Oh, they're going to make it. But who's going to make it first?
Who's deserving?
I think the first guy who's going to, in that group, I could tell you off the bat, I think, is, well, I'm going to go for as a player, I think Richard Seymour.
Okay.
I think Richard Seymour is a Hall of Famer. He produced on 2 franchises. He played for a long amount of time. And again, he's got rings.
Who do you think is not a Hall of Famer on that list?
Faneca.
I disagree. Alan Faneca.
Come on, he's good. He's a stud. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I think there's other Hall of Famers on that team that need to be inducted first.
My guy from that list, Edgerrin James.
Solid running back.
Not a Hall of Famer.
What? Yeah, no, not a Hall of Famer. But you know why? You know why? Because
he played.
No, because Frank Gore. Frank Gore needs to make it to the Hall of Fame before fucking Edgerrin James.
Dude, Frank
Gore's got to wait 4 years. If Edgerrin James makes the Hall of Fame before Frank Gore, my life's gonna freak out.
So here's the thing: if Edgerrin James makes the Hall of Fame, Frank Gore is a shoo-in.
Shoo-in. If Edgerrin makes it, there's a list of running back. Kevin Falk's a fucking Hall of Famer if Edgerrin James makes it.
Kevin Falk is definitely better.
Edgerrin's game was nice,
dude. When he was on the Colts with Peyton Manning,
right? Marvin Harrison, correct one.
Reggie Wayne,
young Reg. Yes,
I mean he's good.
There was swag on that team.
Yeah, definitely good. Dude, fucking Hines Ward was a semifinalist. Hines Ward's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
not a Hall of Famer.
No,
sorry.
Great hits.
John Lynch, not a Hall of Famer.
No.
I mean,
well,
in my book, not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, no. Steve Atwater,
not a Hall of Famer.
Just big hitters. These are big hit award guys. Both of them are big hit award guys. Yeah, and look at if John Lynch makes it, Steve Atwater should be pissed.
Yeah,
because they're the same player and they play for the same franchise at the end.
At different times.
Yeah, exactly.
So John Lynch is good. I don't think he's a Hall of
great.
Famer.
Are they great players? They're great. They're not Hall of Famers. Yeah. Now, can I go away from
Tony Baselli's a Hall of Famer.
Tony Baselli's a Hall of Famer. Tony Baselli's a Hall of Famer, hands down.
He played down south. He went to Bonnie.
St. Bonaventure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in Ventura.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, it is.
Super close to Santa Barbara. Here's probably the most serious question and the one you're gonna have to think about the most. If you need to look at the picture again, and that's why I had it up. Who's gonna have the best and who's gonna have the worst bust? Which one's gonna look spot on and which one's gonna be the furthest off or have like a funny feature?
For the winners?
Yes, for the winners. They're the only ones who get
Kevin Mawais is gonna be the worst.
Kevin Mawais is gonna be the worst. Who's gonna have the best bust?
Champ Bailey.
That's easy though, huh?
Look at Champ Bailey's face. He's got that
symmetrical,
strong jaw, and it's gonna be fucking spot on.
For everyone named Champ in the world, he's the only one who deserves to be named Champ Bailey. Like Seriously. He's the only one because you get a name like that, you gotta hold it down.
Exactly. You don't get thrown. That name just doesn't get.
No, like you better if someone puts a computer in front of your face and your name's Champ, you freaking grab your base, your Louisville Slugger, and you beat the shit out of your PC.
Yeah.
And you go play sports and hang out with a chick.
Yeah.
My name's Champ. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
arguably it's gonna.
So Champ Bailey or Ty Law, what name do you want?
Ooh.
Or do you just go Champ Law? No, that doesn't sound good.
Ty Law. I go
Ty Law. Ooh.
The 2-syllable full name.
Double I'm gonna go 2-syllable whole name Champ Bailey. Oh no, that's whatever. I fucked it all syllables. Up. I don't know how to count. I
have a 2-syllable name.
Oh, Sean Foy.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know the funniest thing about you today? I try to type in 4, like, hey, something for this. And I type in your name so much or something happened that it autocorrect to Foy.
Nice.
Nice. That was the funniest thing my phone's done in a while.
Right.
I hate fucking Siri. And autocorrect. But hey, you think about anything else? We got Hall of Fame saying that's good. You have a date for your knee surgery.
September 3rd is what it's
Oh my God, they're making him wait a month.
In finality, it's going to be 59 days from the fucking injury.
Wow, 60. Let's round up to 60.
2 months.
That is insane.
Yeah. Thank you, Cigna. You eat dog ass, dude. You fucking suck.
Oh man, I'm trying to get Elise to get
outside
a better job situation, so that I don't care how much she gets paid, but I want great bennies.
Yeah.
Like I want to decline the bennies.
Yeah, our bennies suck.
Bennies stink.
The retirement's good. The vision and dental's good. The 401k is good. The health benefits.
401 is money.
It is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, So knee surgery on deck, no big deal.
What is something you look forward to while you're immobile? Like, what do you look forward to? Like TV shows? You're playing your video games?
Now, I don't know, dude. I'm fucking stir crazy because I can't do anything.
Well, can I mention what I think it is? And we talked about it a little bit. You're becoming a culinary master.
Shit.
You are cooking and you got spices and flavors. You're layering flavor. Like, what'd you make the last 2-3 days? Like, just name ingredients that's in your kitchen.
No, the only reason they're in my kitchen, we get HelloFresh. Their meals delivered.
Oh, everything, all of these meals that you've told me about.
It's all in a bag, but I make it.
Thank you for HelloFresh,
dude. Fucking solid.
You're a friend of Hold My Whistle. We want promo codes.
Yeah, HelloFresh saving me. It's helping me cook though. It's definitely, I'm trying to help out as much as I can.
New flavors. You're getting veg in.
Well, no, it's to me, it's me cooking helps Veronica. The wife, she does a lot. Mm-hmm. Especially with football season coming up, I try to do what I can to alleviate her stress load because, she does a lot. So to me cooking is just a way to try and help out, even though I'm not the best.
Big ups to you and your wife, who it's a little early, and I mentioned it before to you. I think you guys are celebrating 10 years.
Yeah, it's coming up on 10.
Wow, big
double digit.
Is that aluminum anniversary or like? You know how they have like the diamond and the gold? I threw in aluminum for the 10-year-old. You like how I did that? 10 years though, that's huge, man. That's a long time since I've known you too.
Well, we've been together 14.
Insane.
I know. Can't believe I put up with her for so long.
Do you think Hold My Whistle is gonna make it 14 years?
Whew. Even if we're not recording, we'll still have these conversations.
Oh, I know exactly. You know what was funny is I was looking up the pictures of Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in the movie Life. Because I was looking up the pictures of me and you with the Face app.
Dude.
How funny did we look? If we were talking like that and we're looking like that back in the day, in 40, 50 years, it'll be something special.
Yeah, I think
And so. I hope you're listening to us for those many years, guys. Thank you for listening. We're at 5,000 downloads. We appreciate everybody.
It's crazy.
Hold My Whistle.
For a little rinky-dink fucking poo butt operation, not bad.
Yeah.
But hey, that's going to do it. We fucking went on a bender about football. It's the best time of the year, guys. It's almost hunting season. Football's getting ready to start. Everybody's so excited that football's coming back on because everybody's tired of watching baseball.
I can't wait for college football.
Oh, dude, that's in like a week.
Yeah, we might have to have a special.
Dude, I'm so excited. Football just makes the world go round. It makes life so much better. I'll actually watch TV because right now I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
There's nothing to watch. There's no good shows.
Yeah, no. Spring, I'm sorry, spring. But we're getting camps footage and all these like practice. You're going to get inter-squad scrimmages.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great.
On full football mode.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, like he said, it's another episode of Hold My Whistle. I'm Paulo.
I'm Foy.
Hit the music.
There we go.
Can you blow my whistle, baby? Whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and we start real slow. You just put your lips together.